let's try a couple things out. Let's start with being at home. All right, so we're gonna play this guy on hard. Let's see what happens. This is an incredibly realistic table tennis game, given that it's virtual. Boop. Oh, how did he return that? Oh, he didn't. I got a point. Oh, he returned that one though. Crazy. All right. Somebody wants to play me. All right, let me see here. How do I... Swaggy, he's got 15-15. This is going to be ugly. Hey, kitty. Unranked.
Hey, what's up, beautiful?
I didn't know we could hear each other. I thought our sound was like not... No, are you not saying anything?
There's like automatically put on mute for your mic.
Oh.
But you can turn it off.
So you couldn't hear me then? You're just...
No, I could hear you because you don't have yours muted.
Oh.
But I had mine muted.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Okay, cool. I didn't even... That's interesting. I've only played one other game, and the guy wasn't saying anything the whole time. I assumed that we just couldn't hear each other. So...
I think most people don't say anything. I could be wrong about that, though.
Makes sense. How long you been playing?
It's probably my most played VR games. I probably have like 4 or 5 hours in it. But in college, I got really into like actual like ping pong, and I mean it's a lot of carryover. It's just don't remember.
Yeah, it is. I was really surprised just how realistic it was. I've fallen down a couple times just thinking I could lean on the table and hit something and then just falling right through it because it's not really there.
I almost did the exact same thing. I was like putting my hands out and then I was like, where the
fuck Oh, I'm recording this just so you know. I don't want to record without your permission.
No, that's good.
All right, cool.
So like extended car's warranty.
You said your car's under warranty?
No, I think just like, this call is coming under recording for your car's extended warranty.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I just kind of got into this. I'm playing around with like the OBS software and stuff, and so I have tried several different ways of getting recordings going, and I wasn't expecting to actually be playing with anybody in here, so I just, whoa, nice spin. I really didn't even think about it. I didn't get on top of that.
One of the things I had to do was like slightly adjust like where the paddle is in the controller in the settings. Once I did that, it was really nice.
What kind of settings did you change?
So they let you change like bounciness and spin, or basically grip for the rubber, and then they also let you like move like where the paddle is, the alignment compared to how you're holding the controller. So I just made it like more true to how I'd be holding like an actual paddle.
Cool. Did the bounciness and the spin help?
Yeah, 100%. But it's also like this. That's more like personal preference. Cause it's like the more like spin you put on it, also like the more spin that like if someone else puts on it, like you have to compensate for. And then bounciness is just nice. It's just more power, basically.
I'm gonna have to play with those settings. Ugh, got me with that spin.
You
I
play ping
did,
pong in
yeah.
real life or not?
So I grew up with a ping pong table in like my family's like rumpus room kind of thing. So me and my brother used to play all the time, but after about maybe like 10th grade, we really kind of stopped playing. And then I didn't really play it much, off and on. Like I'd be at a party at somebody's house and someone would have a ping pong table and I'd be like, oh, ping pong, and then I'd play all night if it wasn't beer pong.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. I think that's what's like the really cool part of this game is just like, 'cause I started off playing it like the girlfriend at the time's house and just like just fucking around, not knowing how to play at all. And then when I went to college and they're like commons area, they had a ping pong table and there's like these engineering majors that were like into it like a lot more I don't want to say serious, they weren't competing, but like they had like their own paddles with like custom rubbers and things like that. And so I played with them for like 2-3 years before they graduated.
Oh, nice hit. Oh, you rode that net.
My
Yeah, when I was in college, I made the mistake of joining a fraternity. That was fun, I guess, but man, I had to retake a lot of classes. It took extra time and money because I just drank the whole time through college. There was a semester there where I was pretty close to basically losing it. But
Right,
I
yeah.
managed to get it. I managed to pull it all together enough to graduate. That's another thing. Like I forget that you can walk through the table, so you try to lean over it.
I haven't considered that.
Yeah.
It looks so unnatural. Yeah, I had a buddy who we went to the same high school, and like he joined a fraternity because his brother's in it, and like already like he liked to party, which I mean together we did too, but like once he joined the fraternity, he just did like a lot or whatever, and so he dropped out like either the first or the second semester and just joined the military. So it's a good backup plan if you just
Yeah.
fail everything.
There's a lot of people who end up making pretty good careers after going into the military, especially if they use the GI Bill later on. Oh, nice.
Yeah, 100%. My bad. That was the plan originally, and then I got some scholarships, and I done ROTC in high school, and I made some good friends, but a lot of like the people are like, just being like blunt, it's like just not super
Yeah.
smart.
That's what high school is. It's interesting because it's kind of like every stage of education. Like you have like the full spectrum of people from like complete literal retards to geniuses in like first grade, but 99% of the people, they're all IQ 100. And as you progress grade by grade by grade, higher education, etc., you find yourself in a pool of people that kind of regresses to a mean that is higher than the average, gets more competitive, and the people become more interesting.
That was one thing. It's just like as a smart kid, you're like you feel like hot shit. Like the further you get into education, like the less that means, and it's more hard work. And it's just like, damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it gets to a point where it's just like you could be someone that was completely, borderline retarded in elementary school, and now they're, extremely well read and all that.
Yeah, I guess that's true. There is the possibility of meeting people who have progressed beyond what you thought they were when you first knew them. I've never met anybody that I knew in grade school. like after college. So I don't have any idea. I met.
You know, actually, I'm not sure if I do either.
There was, when I was on Facebook, I got off Facebook a couple years ago, but there were some people from high school that had friended me, like 3 different people. They had friended me. 2 of them never said anything to me. I mean, not high school, like grade school. 2 of them never said anything to me. And one of them just sent me a message and was like, I'm sorry I bullied you. I shouldn't have been like that. I was like, that's okay. Yeah.
I like that because it's just them like going through some crisis and just thinking that the Facebook message is gonna like clear their conscience. Which, I mean, if it works for them, it works for them.
Yeah, more power to them. For all I know, it was part of a 12-step program or something.
Yeah, really.
Oh. Oh. Ah, nice. Good volley.
Good rally. Where are you from?
Texas.
Okay, cool. I'm in the panhandle of Florida.
Oh, nice. How do you feel about the rest of the country thinking everybody's dying from COVID in Florida because they won't keep the insane restrictions?
Complicated, I guess. Because one, I don't like the governor. And so him, you know, slightly being right triggers me a little bit, I guess. But, I mean, you know, just... It's after so long, you kind of get like just burnt out on like, you know, like everyone feels how they felt in the very beginning. I had a guy who was telling me like, hey man, you don't gotta wear your mask around me at work. I'm like, yeah, well, it's my job, you know, wear the mask. And this is like peak pandemic. And he's like, yeah man, that's just the way the government's using like to mind control or whatever. I was like, yeah, I mean, maybe.
I don't think it started out that way, but I think the government's definitely, you know, never let a crisis go to waste kind of thing. I think they're definitely taking the opportunity to hammer a bunch of shit in that they don't, you know, that they would never have been able to get people to do without it.
It's definitely strange, just, I mean, really everything that's changed. I mean, like the way, you know, the whole stock market and all that shit, the stimulus checks, the unemployment now, like, literally every single job is lacking people because no one wants to work.
Yeah, a lot of people got used to being able to stay from home, you know, not necessarily even government assistance type stuff, but people figured out that they could live, you know, on lower means or find other ways of making money that don't involve having to go out into the world, and so they're doing it.
Yeah. Part of like the sad thing is that like the like restaurants and things like that, where the people got laid off because, you know, they have the restaurants, they got unemployment, and then when those restaurants opened up, a lot of those people just didn't come back. At least definitely in my area, there's been a huge lack of workers. And I know in California, because they're still, you know, making sure everyone keeps their butthole closed when they poop. They're, I mean, same deal. I mean, and then for the people that are working, it just sucks.
I'm pretty fortunate in that I'm able to work from home. So my company had put everything in place. They kind of already had things in place, and they had been trying to get people to work from home because business had been expanding so much. And people just were like, no, I like coming into the office. So they were like remodeling all of the floors in our building to shrink down everybody's cubicles so that they could squeeze more people into it. It was insane. And then COVID happened, and they had an excuse basically to make everybody work from home like they wanted people to do in the first place. And right. I hated it at first, but I've gotten used to it now. And I don't think I would want to go back to the office at this point.
That's fair, 100%. I had was in my last semester, when COVID started, and so the plan is to move. And then that plan got messed up because,
Yeah.
just couldn't move. All the restrictions, especially with Florida being the high risk state,
Yeah.
So now everything's clearing off and just looking for different opportunities. Now there's just so many options because no one wants to work. And it's like, well, that's fair.
Ooh.
I'm planning to do biotech, and part of the COVID thing was just so much money got put into these companies, and now it's expanding so much. Except for in my area, of course. So.
Nice. So you said you work in biotech?
Yeah, that's the plan. I did a bunch of research in college. I got published twice. So the plan is just to move up north, like Boston area or something like that. This California is too expensive.
Yeah, I lived in California for about 3 years. I fucking hated it. Yeah, well, it's like
Really?
I was working basically in LA, and I don't know where you were in California, but I was living in Torrance and working in El Segundo, and I just absolutely hate the population density. People just crammed in, the cost of living. It was miserable. I loved getting outside of the LA area, Big Bear, Arrowhead, shit like that, because, I'm kind of an outdoorsy guy. So that was, loved everything about California except LA. And that was where I was living. So I had to get the fuck out.
Yeah. Well.
But it, if it wasn't LA and it wasn't so expensive, I probably would still be there. Oh, nice serve.
Yeah. That's one thing is that where I live, it's super nice beach, and the cost of living is 18% below average or 8% below average. Can't remember last time I checked. And so no matter where I move, it's gonna go up. But the hot spots are biotech, or the Boston area, or if I want to go to San Fran, and both of those are just so expensive compared to where I'm at now. So it's just damn. Other than that's also where the money is.
Yeah, it can be rough chasing the money though. Like when I moved to California, I got a raise. It seemed good on paper, but when I got out there, it cost me as much in rent for a studio apartment that my mortgage on my house in Texas was. So.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was pretty miserable, and it took a while to adjust, because even though I was making more money, my money just did not go as far. So I was, you know, I had to scrimp and be a lot more frugal than I did before. My disposable income almost all but disappeared.
Yeah.
So
Like right now, my girlfriend is renting a 3-bedroom, 3-bath house with her 2 friends for $1,200.
yeah.
And I can move to San Fran, and I can get a woman's uterus for
Yeah.
$1,800 a month.
That sounds about right.
You watch any YouTubers
I
play
have
this
not.
game?
I'll probably upload it. I
I
actually created a YouTube channel specifically for these videos. I have one YouTube channel that's like for family and stuff like that, so I put like videos of my kid and shit like that up there, and that way all my family that's like spread out all over the country, since I'm not on Facebook, that's the best way for them to get, you know, content of what's going on. And
and it's a street
what's that?
too. The street cloud
Yeah,
storage,
exactly.
too.
So so I'm doing the same thing, and I'm just throwing clips up as I try to figure out this recording thing. It's you know, I'm doing it for fun. In the back of my mind, there is that'd be great if I make money too, but I doubt it. You know what I mean? You got to be real lucky to make money on YouTube. It's not just about putting out content. You got to be, you know, however that mysterious formula works among people that makes one person popular out of thousands.
Yeah, 100%.
Ugh.
There's a YouTuber who lives in our town, and we're not a big city, but like we're like the biggest city in the area, and it's like it's a nice place. A lot of people try here, and he plays with like puppets or something like that, like Mario puppets, and I think he has like 8 million subscribers or something absurd.
Wow.
And
Just playing with puppets.
and I guess his dolls are like Mario themed. And so I thought it was like, oh, it's like a kids channel, and you know, the kids channel are probably like the most like ad like generating. And then I watched one of his videos, and I guess like, I mean, they curse and everything like that, so it's not even children videos. So it's just like weird, like they are pretty weird in my opinion. Like,
Huh.
it's not really my cup of tea, like humor wise. And but he has a Lamborghini that's got like a Mario wrap, and he bought his girlfriend a Lamborghini that's got
That's
a Princess
hilarious.
Peach wrap.
More power to him.
Yeah, and I'm like, wow. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should have just started doing some dumb shit on there.
Right? I bet it's a shit ton of work, whatever he's doing, though.
I think part of it's just like he's been doing it for so long.
One more?
But then again, like I said, it's not my cup of tea, so I don't know, like, really sure what its like audience is.
Oh, 8 million weirdos, it sounds like.
It's like the weird, like, all teenage kids.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna Google Mario puppets YouTube later, because now I'm kind of curious.
It's like Super Mario Logan or something retarded like that. It's something like that. I can't really remember. But he did this thing. He like framed like a local Domino's, and then like he put the number of that Domino's on there, and then that clip like was played on like Saturday Night Live or like one of the late night shows, and then they like had to turn off their phones because they were getting called hundreds of times asking for like it was some sort of like they speak in an accent and they just ask for somebody, and it's like, you know, it was kind of funny at first, but then they just kept doing it. It's like, well,
Huh. It's weird. And that, I guess that's the kind of luck that you need. Is because if somebody just happens to come across your content and thinks it's hilarious and then puts it on Saturday Night Live, that will do it.
Yeah, I mean, that might have been the reason he blew up. But by the time that like I heard of him, he was already like huge. So, and he's super young too. I think he's younger than me. I think he's like, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I think when he got his Lamborghini, he was like only like 18 or 19.
Oh.
But you know, that's what happens. You find your niche.
Yeah.
You know? And that girlfriend also found her niche. Weird rich guys.
But she got what?
She also found her niche, like weird teenage boys that become.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, that's one thing about the female persuasion. They don't necessarily have to contribute in any meaningful way in order to be rich. They just have to find someone who contributes in, well, not necessarily a meaningful way, but manages to accumulate a bunch of money.
That's the dream. Who knows? Maybe before I leave, I'll find an old man. I did a yoga class with my girlfriend, and an older man was flirting.
There you
with
go.
me, so.
Find out what his net worth is.
He's like, "You're so flexible." I'm like, "Thanks. You're so rich?" Question.
Yeah. Oh, did I lose you?